Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Kaman TV. Since Fred Okengo Matiangi arrived into the country, he has never addressed the place. He has never even declared his candidature. He has never actually even said anything about the 2027 general elections. The man has been silent. What we have seen is knee-jerk reaction from the government. Those close to William Samoei Ruto have been actually criticizing, insulting, and demeaning the persona of Fred Okengo Matiangi. We have seen Oscar Sodi actually using unprintables against Matiangi. We have seen Samson Cherigei attacking Matiangi, including others, even those in ODM. Ladies and gentlemen, Matiangi has chosen to remain silent. I want us to look at the critical analysis why Matiangi has chosen this kind of style. Because everybody knows, I know, and you know that Matiangi will be on the ballot. And it is very funny because he is not actually saying it. He has not even declared the intention. What is this? I want us to look at this game plan because it is actually very, very different from what we are used to. Number one, why Matiangi has chosen that kind of approach is because of what we call strategic ambiguity, whereby you remain ambiguous. You keep your opponent talking. They are uncertain of what you are up to. They don't know anything about you. They are just there talking, guesswork. And this is what we are seeing. And this is what is causing the knee-jerk reaction from the government side. Number two is that Matiangi is effectively applying Robert Greene's 48 rules of power. There's that law that states very clearly, say less than necessary. You talk less, don't talk much. And this is very, very important. Because you see, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, for example, William Samoei Ruto has been talking from January to December. He has been campaigning from January to December. He has been saying so much. In fact, when you talk too much, people don't listen to whatever you are saying. But when you talk less, one word is enough to make everybody listen. This is Matiangi. Because when you look at it now, everybody is waiting to hear Matiangi. Kila mtu anagojea asikie Matiangi atasema nini, analipi. The leaders who talk too much becomes irrelevant very, very fast. If you look at Raila Amolo Odinga, he talks too much. Gachagua talks too much. Ishongwa talks too much. If you look at William Samoei Ruto, talks too much. Sodi talks too much. But if you look at Fred Okengo Matiangi, he is effectively applying that 48 laws of power. Number three is because silence has its own aura of power and authority. You agree with me that Matiangi creates an image of somebody who is very, very powerful. He's not talking, but the image that comes, the picture that comes in our mind about Matiangi is somebody who has a lot of power, who has a lot of authority. And you know, this aura of power and authority creates something mysterious. So if you look at Matiangi looks like mysterious. The other thing is that Matiangi, by remaining silent, by not talking, he is creating a perception of a man who is a thinker, a man who is reflecting on something, a man who is reflecting on the issues affecting the country. Because you see, sometimes even Kibaki would not talk much. Kibaki would not talk much. But when you look at what he used to do a lot. Waswahili wanasema simba mwenda kimya ndiye hula nyama. If you look at Fred Matiang'i, that idea of not talking too much, it is creating a picture of somebody who will actually be very, very different. If he becomes the president, don't expect Matiang'i on the road. Don't expect Matiang'i on the rooftops of vehicles. Don't expect Matiang'i to campaign from January to December. That is the message that he is telling us. In fact, Matiang'i, by remaining silent, he is telling the Kenyans voter, here I come, I'm different, I'm not Ruto, I'm not Raila, I'm my own man. I'll play a different ball game. So I think he's giving Kenya an alternative kind of leadership. Are Kenyans used to this? Ladies and gentlemen, are you used to this kind of style? Because when I look at it, it is very, very, actually, it is working for Matiang'i. The other thing is that I strongly believe that Matiang'i has chosen to remain silent so that he can withhold some information and his intention. You know, when you keep quiet, you withhold a lot of information. People cannot be able to know what you're up to, what is your opinion about this, and you can also avoid many mistakes. What are your intentions? And when Matiang'i was in government, and he understand William Samoei Ruto very, very clearly. He understand what goes inside the government. He was in the heart of the security docket of this country. He was the interior CS. In fact, he was working like William Samoei Ruto's boss, though the president was the deputy president then. All powers were given to Matiang'i by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And this means that what he knows, he may not want to expose this information because of many reasons. Maybe because he is also buying time. Yeah, it is important to buy time because you see, when you look at elections will be held in August 2027. So he's buying time, and by buying time, he is creating suspense. That is why everybody is waiting to hear what Matiang'i is going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, however, this silence has its own weaknesses. People can take it as you're indecisive, like you don't want to commit yourself to anything. But when you look at Matiang'i, when you apply it to Matiang'i, you see it is working very, very well for the son of the Omogusi. Will this be the 6th president of the Republic of Kenya? And by the way, do support this kind of approach by Matiang'i, because if you ask me, I think he is on top of the game. He is doing it very well, very well, and he's emerging as a very different, thoughtful kind of president. Kenya is going to work. We shall make it. With this kind of leadership, with Matiang'i as the president, the country can move forward. Now I think you understand why the government is panicking. Some people, they are restless. They are rattled. They are having sleepless nights. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think, but please remember to like my video. Leave a comment. Today I'm going to respond to every comment. I'm not very busy today. Bye-bye.